Okay, welcome to the stream. I haven't been on here in a while. Right now it's oddly quiet. You're going to hear some noises coming from my phone back there. I happen to be busy, apparently. So today we're going to be working on our latest announced game, Cipher Drive. There's a lot of work to do. For me specifically, I've gotten a lot of the bulk of the things that we've drawn colored. That's kind of my job. I'm the colorist, if you will. And so we're going to turn some music on, check, see if the stream is going. Looks like it's going. And put on my man Estos tone. If anyone has a problem with hearing my voice with the music, just let me know. I have like these crappy headphones here, and like one side doesn't work, so it drives me insane. So right now I have like my audio set kind of low. Hopefully it doesn't interfere. But let me just go over what it is that Cipher Drive is. So you can find us at teamofreact.com, and we have like a nice little fun description there of who we are. We're on Patreon, we're on Twitter. Some people may know this, many people may not. And then on that site I'll tell you what we're currently working on, and that is Cipher Drive. So when you go on to there, you get this old comic book-esque with like the cool filter. It makes it look printed, and we've been working hard on trying to get this game to resonate old retro comic. So you can go through the pages and see the kind of work I've done already. The lighting, thanks to one of our programmers, Tyler Camp. He's done all the lighting. He'll be streaming as well. I'm not sure when, but when he does get on, I'll make sure I tweet all about it. So yeah, you can get on here. You can learn about the different characters. There's 4 main characters to this game. We won't tell you everything about this game because we believe that that's kind of part of the fun. So go on there, check it out. I will throw a link right here in the chat for anyone who is interested. That is the game we are working on. So let's dig right into it. So today, got to work on the HUD. The HUD is interesting. It's actually been the hardest thing for me to color. I've colored like planets. I've colored different character pages like you'll see on the site. I've actually begun doing some asteroids. So I got to do those today, and I got to separate each one of them out into a separate image so that Alan and Tyler can freely take these entities and use them how they wish, rotate them, and do everything they need to do. And I also got some space junk, which I want to be working on it as well today because it is like the longest process. But the HUD has been gripping me, so we need to take care of that. The way we approach this whole design of this game is totally unlike anything we've ever made before. Usually, if we're drawing anything on a page, it's just concept art, so it's just kind of this like let's sketch out what we want to do and then just show it to me, and I'm the digital artist, so I'll remake everything on the computer. In this project, we want it to go hand-drawn because old comics are hand-drawn, and we can't just go digital or it just won't have the same feel. So this is my office, also my friend's attic. So this is where I work now. I don't work out of my house because it's crazy. So in my office, got some artwork here that Emmanuel works on. This right here being, let me open up my thing just so you guys can know that I'm looking at it. This right here is Nex, and you'll see him on the website as well. And on the side, Emmanuel, our hand-drawn artist, has done a good bit of drawing of enemy ships. Now, them enemy ships are pretty small, and he draws, so, I mean, I don't know. The enemy ships being pretty small is kind of a problem, but we'll see how it goes. But he draws all this stuff by hand. I have to scan it in, heighten the contrast and levels and all that to make it look really good. And that's really important because we want to make sure that all the blacks are the same while we're working on this stuff, because you don't want the layered South Park effect. You don't want it to look like you got all these floating pieces moving around. And that's partly a job for Tyler to fix as well. And what he does is he lays this halftone filter on it. If no one knows what halftone is, in short and in simple terms, it makes it look like an old comic because the printing could only use so many colors, and so it like combines these colors in such a way that convinces the eye that these colors really exist, but really they're made of simple colors. I don't know if that's exactly how Tyler's done it, but whatever he's done, he's gotten this halftone filter down pretty well. And with that in effect, it makes everything kind of look like it's part of the same image. If you go on that Team of React site for Cipher Drive, you'll be able to actually tell like these black lines are, you know, blending in with the background, and there's no issues where something looks like it's slightly more gray than other things. So that's part of my job. So I did that with the HUD here. As you can see, everything's pretty black. There's like some specks here, and that's the good stuff. We don't want to get rid of that stuff. That's the things that make it look hand-drawn. If we were too perfect, might as well just make it in vector art. So coloring this thing has been tough. The idea here is that we have these images, these letters, numbers, I just called them letters. We take these numbers, and Tyler and Alan are going to be able to take these and create like a cool rolling effect like you see in some oh, what's up, bro? I'm happy you joined the stream, man. Enjoy what it is I make, because I don't usually. So we gotta take these numbers and we gotta split them in half. Actually, we have to like literally take the 0, the 1, the 2, all the way, all these numbers, cut them in half, and make it to where we know that we can do like a cool wrapping effect where this 0. Let me see if I can pop it out here, just to show you what I mean. So we take the 0. My man with the email alerts. Let me know how bad the latency is, because I'm doing this new beta like speed up. I don't even know what it was called, but it's basically making it easier for you to chat with people while you're on your stream because the latency isn't so bad. So just let me know how that goes, specifically when you hear me ask you that question. So we're gonna cut this out really quick just to show you what I mean. Actually, no, we're not. We're gonna make a copy. When we make a copy, drag the 0 wherever it wishes to go, and you can see the 0 will go in this slot. That's how I planned it. But the problem is when that 0 gets down to the bottom of this area, what happens is that you don't want to see the bottom of the 0. Like, you don't want to see that thing coming off the bottom and then reappearing on the top, and you see the top half. So I'm sure that Alan wants me to cut these things in half to avoid that issue. So I'll do that later on today. First thing we gotta do is you gotta get the coloring down for this whole entire HUD. And good, I'm happy the latency is good. If I see your message late, that's just because I don't have another monitor to look at the chat. So like I'm going back and forth. So we have our Trello. If anyone's not familiar with Trello and you work on projects of any kind, organization, Trello is the way to go. So we're working on it. We got a lot of things going on here. We've completed a lot of assignments without anyone really knowing, because we wanted to have a cool little release of information and our Patreon and all that. But in here somewhere, I think it's this one, I have a look. This is what the HUD's going to look like when it's done. And you can see this is the sketch, so I ended up taking this and tracing it and making it more neat and not so sketchy. But this is basically what I think the HUD's going to look like. Let me see if I can. I'm just going to download it and open it. It's a little easier to see. Is it seriously like... It's hilarious. I don't know why, but it keeps showing me this like thing on the bottom. But if you can see it, it's kind of tough. I gotta like scroll down. You see this card on the bottom. So there are cards in this game. I will go into that at another time. But there's space for cards on the bottom of the HUD. Then we got these 3 lanes. Could be 4, I don't know. But right now I set it as 3. And that'll be for testing later on. Then we take this HUD and we have all these elements up at the top of the screen. And these are basically things that tell you how your ship's doing, what kind of deck you're playing, and how far you've traveled, and all sorts of things like that. Obviously your fuel, your velocity. And the top of this obviously is hidden, like I've written up here in crappy handwriting. So now I can see the chat again. You know what? That's a good idea, but I run a Windows phone, so like, I know, I'm terrible. Who runs Windows on their phones? And so I don't know if they have an app. Let me just check real quick. I don't mean to interrupt the work here, but it is a good point, because if I can pull the Twitch chat into my phone, we will be in business. But, you know, Microsoft's app market is like the worst. Oh crap. Looks like they got it. But I don't know if it's really by Twitch. Like, they got like, oh my god, I hate when people do this. They like steal the logo. I'll install it. We'll see how it goes. For now, though, I'll stick with this stream on the side, because, I mean, I plan on being in Photoshop majority of the time. So, for now, it's alright. We're good. So, I'll go step by step on the things I'm doing, so you guys aren't just, like, just watching me do artwork, but you're actually kind of learning a little bit. So, the way I do this is pretty basic. The coloring obviously can't go over the outline, so the way we cheat is we use a multiply blend mode on this layer. So we got the background layer, and then we got all these layers. I'm actually going to delete all these because they're not being used anymore. So we got our top layer, which is our color layer. I'm actually going to start being really correct here in the names. So we'll call this the ink. Right, so we got the color, we got the ink. The ink will stay on a white page with black until the very end, when I'm ready to export these things to the game. Oh, did they? You know what? Microsoft got a chance with their phones, because I have no problem with the phone itself. The big thing I have a problem with is just the app market not being there. Then again, I'm never really downloading apps. Like, I didn't even know there was a Twitch app on here. You'd figure somebody who's going to start doing streaming would have checked that out. But they didn't. I'm opening up that app now, guys. So, anyway, we got my ink layer, we got my color layer. So we set our color layer to a multiply blend mode. That way, all the black kind of shows through the color. So if I take like a random color here, out of my DC color palette, coming from old DC comics, so I'm being very particular here with this old comic feel. And I just start drawing. And you can see all the black kind of stays there. That's really useful, because now what I'll do is I'll go in with like a magic wand and, you know, delete all the stuff on the outside. But that looks like crap. I want to get this app going. So, oh, Alan's on here. So that's cool, man. Thanks for watching the stream. You know, scratch your back, I scratch mine. Yeah, that was totally wrong, by the way. It was on purpose. So let me log in here on this new app and see how well this does. Because if it does well, I'll be happy. Problem I'm having right now is that I got this big planet in here. I think I'm good. I can close that. I got like all these things open. When I have all these things open, there's the problem I have is it slows down everything. It's a new enemy ship here, the Decapod V. Let's close that. Covaris. So I don't like that. So let's not save that. I want to close all this. I want to close Photoshop, open it back up, because there's like this crappy thing going on. Like, I seriously hope I'm not messing anything up by doing this. And we will save this as the HUD. Google dropped lawsuits. Google and their lawsuits. What kind of lawsuits, dude? What are these things about? I mean, what exactly are you suing Microsoft for? Yeah, I don't think this app's gonna allow me. I don't think it's gonna allow me to do the chat on here. It kind of looks like it's built for Twitch watchers and not Twitch streamers, which is like kind of pointless for me. Let me just try one more thing. No, I'm just gonna have to stick with the chat the way it is. It's all right for now, until I can save enough money to get another monitor and some headphones. So let's close this entire Photoshop business. Open it back up. Yeah, Photoshop. I'm getting tired of it. Gotta grab something off handmade.network. Alan's been telling me there's some good stuff on there. Okay, everything's open now. Let's go in and find our HUD in my horrendous organization of files. There we go. Now we're in here. This should be coloring faster now. I shouldn't have to like wait 10 minutes. There you go. Okay, perfect. So let's get the color in. This thing here on the bottom, this is the deck box, is what I've been calling it. And basically it's just there to kind of tell you what deck you're operating in the game. I don't want to get too into the details of what kind of card thing we're doing, but anyone who likes cards, I'll just let you know that you'll be happy with the situation we got going on right now in this game with cards. It's going to be interesting. So I got to color this deck box metal colored, which would be gray. I could go with like old comic like bluish gray, because I like doing retro kind of look. And steel usually gives off a blue color. But for now, I'm just going to color this thing. I don't know why I'm being so particular. I should just like go through and just... See, now we'll go in. We'll delete all those outer lines that we had. Just bang. Ooh. Ooh. We have an issue somewhere. Oh, I know what it is. I'm actually having an issue because it looks like it's spotting a break in this outline, and when that happens, when I use the selection tool, it'll go inside this area. I don't see no breaks though. Let's like turn our tolerance down to like, I don't know, 12. We'll do half. Well, a little bit less than half. 16 would have been half, but we'll do that. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Alright, where are you finding a break? So if I color this, look at that. There's a break somewhere. Can you find the break? I gotta just maybe go in here and just strengthen up these lines with some black. I don't like doing this, but sometimes the tolerance just sees past these lines. So, hopefully that's what the issue is. It's closer to the left. Oh, you are a genius, Alan. Thank you. There it is. Man, eyes of an eagle. Even the artist could not see. Alright, cool. So now we got that. We just go in here and do a little quick bloop bloop. There we go. And we have our basic color for this. Now I want to do like the inside color. I'm thinking like some sort of orange. I don't know why, I just like orange. Most of these colors on these things are just things I like. So like the rest of the team just has to deal with the fact that things are just colored the way that Connor likes them. Usually they agree though. Usually, you know, I don't know, Alan, do you agree? You never really have complaints on the colors I choose. So there we go, we got that in there. Now I like, after I get my color base in there, I like to experiment with other retro colors. So we could do like this blue. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. See, there's some things going on here. We got to make sure that we're sticking with the color situation that we see here. There's not a lot of colors used, to be honest. If there is, it's like a supporting color, so it's like this green on his jacket, and we got like this dark green to emphasize the shadow. That's the kind of, we're like the khaki on his pants, and we have the dark khaki color. So I can throw like some shading in on this. If I want to use this color, it's too dark. Let's just try one above it and just see how I want. See, that's too blue. Yeah, it can be kind of tricky, these old colors. You really got to like get used to the palette. Once you get in the swing of things, it's still too dark. Once you get in the swing of things, though, it does get easier. Is it this color? It looks like it's going to be purple. Ah, that's actually pretty good. I like that. Okay, so we got this 3D looking box, so I'm gonna go in and like draw a straight line here because I can see some bends in the metal that will become pronounced in some way or another. You know, like maybe it's faded out there, but maybe over here. Yes, that is my special comic book color palette. In fact, right here, I can do replace swatches, and I have the DC swatch. I actually got this offline of this really generous guy who told me, and everybody else that was watching the video, that this is the color palette that you want to use when doing these old comic coloring. He's also the person who, you know, told me about the halftone effect. I wish I knew his name, and if he ever finds this stream, I'm greatly sorry that I don't remember who you are. But you've been a great help. So yeah, I used that DC swatch, and actually Tyler, our visual effects programmer, Alan, you know this guy, he's using the same swatch as I am whenever we do any color changes. So we're making sure we stay within this palette, which is hilarious because most of the times I'm always against staying within a palette. I like to just kind of go color crazy. And this game is very different. So let's find something that's going to make this look lighter. That's too light. Maybe we can go with like... What? Oh, I changed my tool. Ah, that's pretty good. Okay, so we got like the dark going on there, light going on the other side. I don't want to do too much. You start doing too much, it becomes an issue. Ah, I hate when they do that. These guys who colored oh, nothing much. I'm just kind of working on this metal scheme. I want to make sure I get the colors down right. When you're looking at old comics, we actually have a few references here, so let me pull them up. Oh my god. This is crazy. Okay, here it is. So we have a few references in here. The one I like the most is Devil Dinosaur. So we'll open it up in Photoshop. I hope this doesn't slow my program down. But this is kind of the effect we're going for. Like, we got these, sometimes they go over the edges with their colors, but you can see, here's a perfect example of metal. You got this light blue with the dark blue on the undersides of it. There is some line work, and that is important. I might actually have to not do this HUD, because I might need a manual to actually go in, or me, because I did draw this, and go in and just do some like line strokes to represent darkness. And then when you color it differently, it really stands out. Oops, my bad. So, yeah. They also do some great gradations in here that I never noticed until just now. Like, they got this purple working its way into the blue. I don't know how I feel about that for our game. It is kind of useful at some times, so like now I know, after looking at this, that I should do some gradients every once in a while. But it looks like I'm using the same kind of blues that they're using if I look up top here. They just got these lines that really make it look good. So for now we're gonna deal with it. Oops. That. See, in reality, which this is pretty far from, in reality, we might even see like something similar to this. Like that. Because you're gonna, that bottom corner is getting less light than all of it, because it's like angled down, kind of, you know. At least that's what I'm seeing in my head. So I'm not sure about that. By the way, can you guys hear my music and my voice like without one messing up the other? That way I know if I have to change any settings. See, that looks kind of cool. Looks a little too appropriate though, doesn't it? Okay, great. Thanks, Alan. We got my viewer list. Ketsugan, hello there. I didn't see you on here. I gotta, like, every once in a while check my viewer list. So if you do sign in, say hi, say what's up. All right, Alan. I'll talk to you later on, man. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know if that looks too appropriate. But let's just try to apply the same thing with light on the lit up side. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know if I like it. It just it looks like it got the dimensions that you would expect. I don't think there's going to be like a bevel here in this seam, or this seam here. I don't think there'd be like a bevel. If there is, it's going to be really small. So let's try to make our brush like a 3 and just go in with like a little outline. See how that looks. Doesn't make a huge difference. I'm not really liking it. I'm not really liking this whole entire thing. This is why I had so much trouble coloring this thing. I think it's because it's not ready. It's not ready. I like just the regular colors. I'm just gonna go with that. That's pretty good. It just looks better. And that line was a little too thin, so we're gonna go to 4 now. Actually, I'll do 5. And we'll try to do the coloring on the top. If anybody actually has any questions about the game, I'll feel free to ask them. Whichever ones I'm authorized to answer, I will answer. I can't wait till we get our other artist, Emmanuel, down here, because when we do that, we'll be able to have him on here drawing. You'll be able to see him drawing live, and you'll be able to see me doing this. I'll actually take my camera that you can see me right now because I'm not that interesting, and back here on this stop sign table I will have Emmanuel drawing, and I'll take that camera and I'll clip it onto something and you guys can actually watch him. What's the ending? I'm not authorized to answer that question. So I'd love to answer that question, but it's just against the rules. Sorry, bud. I can give you some insight on what this game's about. The name says it all, really. We worked hard on that name because the message behind this game is kind of deep. Okay, what's the plot twist? That's a little better of a question. That's really, man, you know, I don't want to give too much away, but I know the plot twist to this game is that you're not going to realize that there's any plot. Because there really isn't. Or is there? Not. That's for you to decide. The plot twist is basically the fact that you should be baffled. That's my plan. You should be baffled when you find out the plot twist. When you find out the plot in general. I don't like how these ones turned out. Actually, I got an idea. I'm gonna try to like minimize this just like I did those. Yeah, not the most interesting thing to color today. I gotta admit, I'm not as happy about what it is I'm coloring. Because, quite honestly, the HUD isn't as cool drawn. Like, it's kind of simplistic. And I keep screwing this line up. It's really getting me. There you go. And that kind of sucks. Like, the fact that it's so simplistic really makes it to where it's not that interesting. I want to be doing better stuff, so I'm probably going to hop off of this this HUD momentarily and working on some of the space junk so you can see some of that. But this is just I'm kind of just doing a stream today to let you guys know that I'll be doing this every week. I don't know if it'll be Tuesdays or Mondays and Tuesdays or or what. I'll have a more defined schedule coming up soon once I find out where everybody else is kind of set on the team, because I'm kind of open. I mean, I went full time on this, hoping, because I'm crazy. I'm absolutely nuts for thinking that this is going to work. Ah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. So we're going to go with that over here. The darker version. Go, bang, bang. I gotta go in. They leave like these little artifact of lines, and then if I try to use the fill bucket again, I get this like everything gets decayed by the new color. All the edges get all nasty. Yeah. Doing the shading. That's the question. Like, I don't want to leave too much. We got this dynamic lighting. Let me show you it in effect. Right, we got the dynamic lighting here on every one of these players' pages. In fact, we have this dynamic lighting working. I'll go to my favorite of the characters, who is next 319. You can see the lighting here. I didn't plan on any of this. So we got, like, I planned on only a few things, like the lighting underneath his wing, I did. The lighting underneath this wing, I did. But I didn't do any of these this lighting here. This is all dynamic, and it actually takes into account what the shape of the ship is in this program called Sprite Delight. So I don't want to do too much shading. I kind of just want to do I call it like personalized shading, like just something that makes it look comic-like, and then we can have this dynamic shading come in and kind of do the rest of the job. It kind of takes away from my awesome ability, doesn't it? Kind of sucks. Yeah, I gotta go in and do some dark shading here, because I'm not sure. By defining these areas as like beveled and stuff, it helps his Sprite Delight setup see what the shape of this thing really is. Tedious. Coloring is tedious. But I won't just be doing this on the stream, so you know. Alan, Mr. Fourth Dimension, who was on here a little bit ago, he's our lead programmer, and he has this genius system going on, which you'll be able to see in his streams when he does his streaming. He did his stream yesterday. But this system that he's got going on it's like this built-in editor within the game, and it allows us to make all these changes to the gameplay mechanics in real time. And that's what I'm going to be doing a lot of. Ah, and see, you bring up a good point with the dots for the shading. I can actually halftone this really quick and show you what that'll look like, and it'll look so much different. Like, it's pretty amazing. I'll show you. Hold on. Looks pretty good. So we got like our basic kind of shading going on. I also want to hit this thing up with a little bit of light going around the edges. before I do that halftone. Just gotta tidy this up a bit. Oh, we're getting a slowness. I don't know if anyone's seen that there, but my cursor was like I click, and right now I should be coloring, but I'm not, so I have to like wait a couple seconds. Ah, I'm gonna have to shut this program down again. You know, I'm running like a beast computer, and it's just Photoshop. Like, Photoshop is honestly horrendous as far as usability sometimes. There you go. So we got some lighting in the center there just to show that that's some sort of light. I can always go like crazy high yellow. Ooh, I actually like that. What if we do like a lighter orange? See, I like messing with the colors after we've gotten this down. Do like a green, and then go up here, grab like the greenish yellow and throw that on the outline I just did. See, that looks cool too. Personally, my favorite so far has been the yellow in the center. I like that a lot. So now that we got that, I can actually go in here and just show you what it would look like. We got to go to pixelate, color halftone. And no problem, man. I'll be here. Probably be on for about another hour. And then I'll be back later on again with another stream. See, and we just take the color halftone that we just applied. We fade it back to about 25. And that is sort of the look we're going to get. Sort of. This looks not nearly as good, in my opinion, as Tyler's. Tyler's just looks correct. The halftone in this is kind of odd. But I like the way it looks in the red there. You can see that it's using some other colors to create this illusion. That's what the color is. I also fade it back because, like, right now these colors are being made to literally mimic what it is I made. So if you zoom out, like, it'll look right. But then I fade it just to make sure it doesn't do it too much. It still looks pretty good. It's getting hot up here. I'm on the 3rd floor, and like I have one window fan, and so it can get really hot in this room. So we got that done. I'm gonna undo the color halftone because we don't ever apply the color halftone finally. We're gonna do it to check what it will possibly look like. And now we got that done. I might as well just finish this up. It's not a lot more left to do. I gotta just, I don't know, basically color in this fuel gauge and velocity gauge. Fuel gauge, I'm gonna go with like a dirty green that looks like old computer. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but military-esque, old school. Let's actually go with a bigger brush. Yep, we're getting a slowness. Look, I went across that whole line. I'll have to figure that out, guys. I don't know what that's about. And now with the velocity, I'm trying to think of a color to go with that looks really good. Let's go with like a purple, but like a deep purple. And then we'll do the same kind of blue. Fill this line in. Go. Grab this. Fill that one little spot in over here. There it is. And we'll do what I did earlier. We'll just select the outside of it, hit delete, bang. We got our basic color scheme in here now. I wanna make this thing look a little better. So I have a plan. Just talked about using gradients, and I'd like to put that theory to test here. I'm not a big fan of the gradient. It really kind of takes away. It really takes away from the old comics sometimes. But I really like that. Oh man. It looks super cool. Like that just, Now what would it look like if I did the same kind of thing in my green here? So we'll grab like this yellowish tone. Ah, see, that just looks super awesome. Oh, too much. See, that looks good, but what if we do like a darker green? Oh. No. I need a lighter green, but not the light green I was using before. Something like that. Ah, man, these old colors are really hard to work with. They're so basic. It's great. You got to, you have to find the perfect color. I think you're literally using the same green that I'm using right now. That's why I'm not seeing anything. There we go. That's the color. That's the color I want. And there we go. And then let's get out of our gradient style. Go to 5. We'll actually select this dark color. Make this about 7. Gives it kind of a bevel effect. Makes it look like it's popping out a tiny bit. And there you go. Good for the baby. Good for you, man. Maybe. I don't know. Is that good? I don't know. Now I think about it. After I said it, I was like, oh, that's a lot to deal with. But it's better than the opposite outcome. Ah, you know what's going on? This filter, color halftone, I got it set to 8. Let's do it at 4. It'll look like, there we go. See, that's the kind of grain we want. God, my allergies are bad right now. Let's set that back to like 50. Yeah, see? Now remember, you were talking about dots earlier. This is kind of how it gets done. .25 is usually where I like it. That's how you kind of do it. You actually do the color without the dots. And then, yeah, the dots is just a filter you overlay. So I sort of like this, this setup. I'm thinking about changing this color scheme up for the purple here. Because this is a speedometer, so let's go back to Trello so we can look. So the speedometer is going to have this line. I don't know why I didn't draw this. It's going to have this meter, and that meter is going to move across the that indicator is going to move across. And I think I actually do have an indicator. Yeah, there it is. So this little indicator right here is going to move across. It's going to let you know what speed you're at. Now there's 3 speeds. You can either be in docking speed. So docking speed is when you're able to stop somewhere, you have to be in docking speed in order to make a stop. If you're not in docking speed, then you're just going to keep going. And that can be a problem because navigating the stars isn't going to be as easy as just picking a place to go and going there. We've designed the game to be a lot harder because traveling the stars shouldn't be easy. So you got to make sure you're in docking speed. You got to slow down in order to get in that speed. And then the last speed, this little tiny section, is light speed. So when in there, that means that you're over 95% light speed or something like that, you know, at the point where you're going really, really fast. And that's what allows you to get from star system to star system, because you can't just travel through space, going, you know, somewhere in the middle or anywhere in docking speed and expect to get anywhere in a short amount of time. It would take you, I mean, if it's, let's say it's 14 light years away, traveling at the speed of light would get you there in 14 years. So you have to actually, like, move the space around you. So you're actually traveling faster than the speed of light, but you're not traveling at all. That's the thing. So you're not really traveling faster than the speed of light. It's super, you know, it's complicated. So, hey, what's up, man? Thanks for joining the stream. I'm just sitting here talking about the light travel in our Cypher Drive space sci-fi game. We have these indicators on this bar. I'm coloring the HUD elements right now, so these are the things you're going to see in the game. Right here in this kind of setup, I have in a sketch. So we're remaking this right now digitally. Though we did draw everything by hand, we scanned it in. We have the outlines all dark as they can be, contrast, all that stuff. Then we started coloring, and then I got to cut these things out and give them to the programmers so that they can just kind of plug them right into the game whenever they need. So I think going back to this light speedometer, the middle section is obviously if you're going faster than docking speed, but you're going under light speed. So that's kind of the, let's say you're going through an asteroid belt or something, you'll probably be going somewhere within that middle region. So I might want to color those differently. So what I'm going to do is actually undo. Let's see how many I can go back. Yeah, we're going to undo those. Actually, you know what? We don't have. Do we have to? No, we don't have to. I could just make the change on top of it. So now we're going to select in this middle section because I like the middle section being purple. So we're going to select in the docking section and make that a different color. So first we go in the color layer. We'll delete the color that's there. Docking speed. Docking speed got to be like light. It can't feel like it's something going really fast. So does that mean we got to make it darker and make it brighter as it goes along? So I feel like purple is like a good neutral kind of color. You don't know if it's red, you don't know if it's blue. But with the beginning, docking speed, maybe like a yellow, which is a complementary color to purple, so I'm not too happy about that either. We don't want it to be red, because then that makes it seem like there's a problem when you're in that area, and you don't want that either. Let's actually do this. Let's do the docking speed last. And we'll do light speed first, because that's the easy one. We're going to do like a bright electric blue. Even better, actually, we'll do like a seafoam green. Come on. Oh boy. We're going slow here. So in order to avoid this bullshit, we're gonna close everything and just reopen it again. God, I hate this. I hate this, guys. I don't like doing that. It slows me down. It does give me a break, though. So here we go. Finding the HUD. There we go. Now we're back to where we were. We shouldn't have any, like, lag. Omega X, you're making a space shoot 'em up, man. Well, cool. We're both making space shoot 'em ups. Do you have any links, man? You want to like send me anything you want me to check out? I'm totally, interested. You need all the inspiration you can get, to be honest. That's cool, man. Yeah, so we're good with that. We don't do it on the other edge because then it looks like one light is kind of making these colors. So now I got the light speed. I feel pretty good about that one. Thanks for the image. I'm going to check it out right now. Check it out. Pixel art. So they look like your thrusters up at the top there. I like your shading. It's an interesting shape for a ship, man. So is it top down? That's what I'm taking from this image. I believe it must be top down, right? Ah, man, I hate when... Why can't you just like something, you know? Why can't you just anonymously like something? Yeah, we actually, just specifically for this game, it's nothing against all shoot 'em ups, but the shoot 'em ups, like, they're kind of slow. Or like, I'm thinking more like bullet hells, but I guess shoot 'em up is the same situation. You got like all these enemy ships and they're coming in really slow, and then you got your ship, and it's honestly everything is really slow, but like you're flying a spaceship. So like in this game, we want to make sure that we have the spaceship going really fast, and if enemies are attacking you, they're either chasing you from behind, so you got enemies like this shooting at you, you're traveling. I don't know if that looks good. And then you have other times where you're flying, and these guys zoom in and pass the screen, and you're just like, man, what was that? And the next thing you know, you're getting attacked from behind. So nice one. My computer could read my mind. It would be amazing. But it's good to know you're making games, man. We gotta people, devs gotta support one another. Docking speed. I'm having a problem with docking speed. I'm gonna go with yellow. I feel like yellow's the color. Now the purple looks kind of bad. Okay. Do what you gotta do. So the purple looks bad now, so we're gonna go in with the purple again. Now the purple looks kind of bad. Okay. Do what you gotta do. So the purple looks bad now, so we're gonna go in with the purple again. Try to do like a different purple. Nah, I don't like that one. I do like what we had. Yeah, bullet hells are cool, man. I like them. I like that you gotta find these nooks and crannies in the game where you can like hide, and you got bullets coming in. If you find this right spot, you're not getting hit with the bullets. I mean, I love that. I do. The thing about our art project is that we're combining other elements that aren't just the bullet hell. So like when the bullet hell is like a main focus of the game, totally worth doing. Like, totally worth going bullet hell as you can. But we got like cards, and we got this investigative part of the game, as that's as much information as I'll drop right now. And with those things, you don't want to distract the player with a bullet hell and make it to where they got so much stuff to pay attention to, and you know, how are they going to do it? And you might see one of my friend Andrew, walk by. He hangs out up here with me. It's his attic. And so you might see him come in by once in a while. We actually have a plan. I don't know if anyone on the chat here is... I mean, I do know that Inhuman Line, he's a friend of mine as well, that he's into D&D and card games. So we're actually thinking about, every once in a while when we play a D&D game, we want to start playing sci-fi based D&D games. Now, it's not necessarily D&D because we have our own rules, but I do want to like start streaming our games so you guys can see them. But I want to make that part of our Patreon. I want to give the people of the Patreon a chance to see some of the inner workings of Overreact. And D&D is like a tool to us. Not only is it fun, but it is a tool to create content that you didn't think you could create. So that looks pretty good. Let's save it. We'll work on this little marker here. Let's make it gold. It'll stand out. Exactly. Thank you for knowing the game. You play lore. See, lore is what it's called. I'm not going to plug it too much here, although I'd love to. I honestly would love to just start plugging my own role-playing game. I think I already have. I think I've already begun doing it. So there it is. There's my lore plug. Thanks for bringing that up. But we will be doing that. I do want to get everybody caught up on the things we do to make our games. Doesn't pay to have a bad back, I'll tell you that. Doesn't pay. Unless it's workman's comp, in which case it pays a good amount. You don't know how long I stuck around at my old laboring job, just hoping that I could get away with some money like that, but I can't. I was just too lucky. No, my luck though, actually, I probably would have gotten in some serious trouble, and then I would have regretted wanting something like workman's comp. Let's do these in this color. So there we go, we're just going to fill this in really quick. You know what? I would be using my tablet, but it's not, I don't have like the software for the, it's not a real tablet, it's like a Wacom tablet. So I'd like to use this. I got the pen and everything for it somewhere. Problem is that I don't have all the stuff that we need for it. Like I don't have all the software, and they don't make the software anymore. Thanks everybody for liking all this stuff and making all the retweets. Trying to get everybody watching me make this stuff. Watch me game make. Or watch me art, whichever way you want to look at it. I'm turning it into a verb. You want to art with me? We can art together. So there we go. We got our light indicator. That's actually going to have 3 images. We're actually going to like save that with a dark red, like that. That's off. Probably just 2 images. Bang, and then on. And now you'll know. And that little indicator is for... was for here. These integrity and the shield. Those will be the indicators for that. And this little line here that you see in this sketch has actually been changed to a little indicator thingy right here. You're right, it doesn't pay. It doesn't pay to have a good back or a bad one. It only pays to Twitch stream and get a great following of good people, and then that's what pays nowadays. But it also pays your in here. You make a lot in here. You don't make a lot of this, but at least your back's okay. That looks like we got everything here. So we save that. I'm gonna close Photoshop again just to avoid any other bugs. Take off my blue jacket and show off my Domo shirt, because everybody knows that Domo with a mustache, it's worth wearing. Estostone. Let's check out what he's playing now. Song of the Golden Dragon. So now I'm going to open up something else. We got asteroids. I also got to go to the bathroom, so that'll happen in a second. Once I open up what it is I want to open. Where's it at? Space junk. Here we go. So as you guys, I'll zoom in on this, and I'll have this running for only a second because I got to go to the bathroom. And I don't want to like end my stream for 5 seconds, so you're just gonna have to deal with no camera for a second. And I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's turn the camera back on. Okay. Here, my man, Estostone. Kill it. Oh, it did save. Cool, it saved some of the work I did. I thought it didn't. So this has been a hard thing to color because it's a bunch of separate pieces here of all just literally just space junk, things that you'll find floating around that you can crash into. They'll do damage. Sometimes they'll be a part of the background, just kind of like floating by. We need to make that obvious. We need to have some sort of indicator like beep, 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 beep. When something's coming in, you know it's going to crash. So that way when something's flying by, if you're not getting that indicator, you know that you're not going to get hit by it. But right now, all this stuff will be in the game one way or another. And I have to color it. getting some tweets, so hold on. Cool. So now I'm gotta pick a thing. See, I think that's the thing I have the most trouble with doing this space junk. So far I've done a good bit. I guess this is like, see, Emmanuel, he's our hand-drawn artist, and he does all this stuff. And when I told him to draw space junk, I said, dude, just a bunch of stuff that it looks like it was maybe part of the ship at one point, and it got like destroyed. So he has like these solar panels, he has like this cockpit just kind of like broken off, which is one of my favorite pieces. But what's my favorite, guys, I'm gonna zoom in on it really close here, is my toilet paper roll that I had to put P on. Like, I just felt it's necessary that I go that route. That was the easiest thing to color. It was one of the first things I did on this document. So I was like, get out of here, you got a toilet paper roll? That is epic. And everything else is just kind of tough. Like, you don't know. You just don't know what color it's supposed to be, man. You gotta use your imagination. I'm trying to think what else it is I have. I got these enemy ships to do. Every time I start doing this, I don't necessarily want to, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of coloring things random colors. But when I'm done, it always ends up looking pretty good. It's the weirdest thing I've ever done with games, to be honest. It's not often that I'm using a brush tool. If anyone has seen any of my other work, I'm usually on the vector tool, and I'm just making vector graphics all day. Not today. Not this project. I'm going to be on the brush all the time. Thanks for the follow. I'm going to get like some sort of bot set up that lets me know when you guys follow the channel, so that, you know, I can say thanks. But right now I just get an email, so I guess that works. I get the email on my phone. But thank you, again, for following the stream. If anyone is new here, we'll be doing this every week. I like Tuesdays. I think it's going to be every Tuesday. I kind of want to do it more than once a week, but right now, to start things off, I'll probably just do Tuesdays, and then one day when I'm like, you know what, I feel like streaming, I'll have to make that another day that I do it. I'd also like to line up with Alan Webster, or Mr. Fourth Dimension, as other people may know him. I want to line up with his stream so people can get an idea of actual game development going on, and not just like, hey, I'm streaming something that's going to be in a game, and then cool, and then later on you're streaming something else, you've added some things. Like, I actually want to invite people into the process of making games and being able to see from beginning to end, like, you know, how did something make its way into the game from pencil and paper? That's kind of my biggest goal. So that's why we got to get our hand-drawn artist, Emmanuel, down here. We'll get him down here, we'll have him drawing. You guys will be able to see, instead of my face, you'll be able to see the camera pointing at his page, and he'll be drawing whatever. Maybe we'll introduce you guys to be able to pick a few topics of what he should be drawing that day. Maybe we'll do some stuff like that. I don't really know. We're feeling this out. The whole process is, we never done this before, so we want to make sure we get it right, and sometimes the best way to do that is to just experiment. I'm going to switch the song here. Does anyone have any recommendations for music? I don't really know. I don't really know what I feel like listening to. You know what? I know one. And it's not Hotline Bling. Gotta go with the Hotline Miami soundtrack. Gotta do it. But of course, we gotta skip the first song because I just don't feel like listening to it. It's not my feel. Alright, Markiplier Coolness, thank you for coming on to this stream. Please check it out later and let everybody know. And, oh snaps, Alan's back, and so is Ganja. Early, the bearded gentleman. Thank you for joining the chat, man, and also thank you for your tweets and retweets. Pretty awesome stuff. I'm hoping that this can grow. Alan, you've got a very good point. You've got a very good point. I'm not going to put on the Hotline Miami. I'm going to keep it on a tab. But I have to open wrong tab. Okay, I have to open. You know what? Screw it. I'm not going to keep it on the tab. Pokemon theme PMJ. This is like the best version of Pokemon. Alan, I don't know if you had listened to this, but today you'll be allowed to listen to it. So, allowed. Like, you're not allowed. Hilarious. The best version of the Pokemon theme. Yeah, awesome.
To catch them is my real test. To train them is my call. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand.
I don't even know what this is. I don't even know what this is that I'm coloring. Oh, it's so confusing.
I know it's my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend.
In a world we must defend.
Pokemon, our heart's so true.
There you go.
I covered the bullets through. You teach me and I teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch.
Great version.
Gotta catch up.
Great version of Pokemon. Ah, you see what I mean, guys?
Challenge along the way.
I'm about to number these things and have them like pick out of a hat which one I'm gonna do.
I will battle every day to claim my rightful place.
Let's make this thing blue.
So won't you come with me? The time is right. There's no better team. Arm in arm, we'll win the fight. It's always been our dream. Pokemon, it's you and me. I know it's our destiny. Pokemon, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Pokemon, our heart's so true. I covered the bullets through. You teach me, and
I'd actually like to have a lot of swing going on.
gotta catch 'em all.
What's up, bearded gentleman? See, it's like so simple and like it's done, and I'm like, oh, is that it? Like, and then I gotta go in and like add stuff just because I feel like it's necessary. Cool, okay, that part's done. Yeah. Let's open up something else. Sorry guys, Alan, if you're probably not going to get this space debris in full for quite a while because it's nerve-wracking trying to work on it. So we actually have to where Nope. I don't know where, like, imported pictures and videos is. Is that under, like, documents or, like... Or is it under, like... Do you guys know where that is? Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Yeah, somebody else did that one time.
Welcome to my second channel. You can tell us
Let's pause that. And now let's go Hotline Miami. Thank you for doing that cover, PMJ. That was awesome. Let's just go second. Alan, if you're still on here, are you on here, dude? Yes, you are. Yo, man, do you know where imported pictures and videos is? Like, I have no clue. Like, I hate when this happens. Oh, here it is. I got them all. Don't worry about it. I'm at the Overreact house, man. I got the nice computer here. I've thought about getting OBS, which is the streaming software I'm using. I thought about getting that on my tablet, and every once in a while, like working on the game design, I'll stream from wherever I am. I'd like to do that, but you know, the latency and frame rate and all that's not going to be crisp. I kind of want to do one of these enemy ships, man. Let's open up this one. Oops. There we go. I don't know which way he has this, but I'm gonna go clockwise. I mean counterclockwise. Oh, that's interesting. Is it flipped? Maybe it's up to me. Ah, that's actually tough. I'm gonna go with that one. And I'm actually gonna like move it down. Before I do that, gotta run my levels on it. This is how we do the cleaning up. You just see me doing the process. God, I don't know which way I want to go with it. I don't want to go too harsh on it. So we gotta do something before we do that. Go back. Ah, this is a tough one. See, when the images are this small, it makes it really hard to get certain things right. I actually got to go in and start deleting. By doing that, it'll allow me to see what. It'll allow me to get rid of them really scratchy lines. But what Emmanuel likes doing is he likes keeping his pencil in the image, and I've got to tell him that he's got to stop doing that. Because as much as I know the gray is cool, like when I'm trying to get everything to be the same color black, It's either going to be black or white. It's not going to be gray. There's no room for gray. Sorry, gray. You can get the hell out of here. There's no room. So I got rid of that. See, and I like this black. So, like, I don't know why he doesn't... I don't know why he doesn't just make them black. I gotta do the same thing to here. There we go. Okay, cool. Sorry, by the way, if I'm itching my nose. Like, I think Andrew's out there mowing the lawn, and it is straight up just coming up here and, like, killing my allergies. Sucks. Okay, now with that figured out. See, now I feel a lot better about all this. This is looking better already. That's good. Usually it doesn't take that long, but when it's something this small, it looks like it's just too much line work going on in a small space. So now that I've done this, I actually want to increase the canvas size because it's a little too small. Really, it's just the height. Let's just make it a square. Turn this background into a layer. We can move it. About right there. And then just fill the rest in with white. And now I wanted to experiment actually with doing a windshield. Like it looks like there's supposed to be some windshield here. Let me grab the original image. Where did he do this? Check not on this page. Yeah, I guess I don't have the, he must have it. Though I think all of his stuff's here, I just don't feel like going through all of his stuff. So for now, I'm gonna add a windshield of some kind. It just looks like something you sit in, like some convertible, and that doesn't usually work well in space. Look at that line. God, I'm almost really proud of that line, because this next one's not gonna look anything like it. Be really careful. Oh, I like this line a lot, actually. Hold on. It's a good question, Alan. And so I try to tell him, like, I'll pull up one image here. Got to pull up my OBS as well in order to see if I'm showing you what correctly. So these images here, these are a lot of enemy ships he drew. Now they're really small, like, just give you a perspective. That's my finger, right? And now, like, if I actually look at Nex compared to my finger, it's a much different story. And Nex was at a good scale. It was like good enough for me not to lose any quality. But with these ships, I guess there's like a window of scale, right? So it's like you can't make them, and I was talking to you about this before, you can't make them too big, because if you make them too big, I guess you can make them really big, but you can't make them detailed. So like when he's drawing these enemy ships, it's hard to draw something big that looks like it was drawn small and blown up. You tend to want to like throw more detail in there. Your lines kind of look a little more perfect. And that's not what the old comic kind of feel looks like. So I like to think of it as like a window. Like if you're gonna make it bigger than it is, don't make it too big that you want to start adding detail. Don't make it too small that it just looks like a smudge on the screen, because you just, when I put it in the game, it's just not going to scale correctly. You know what I mean? It's one of the toughest things I've dealt with a game, and the scaling in a game. So as I work on it, I got to like clean up lines myself so that I can rescale if needed. But I try to have him draw to scale. It's just the easiest thing to do, is just to have him draw to scale. I have to undo this. Make a new layer. Actually didn't like that. I like that line, but I want it to be more square. It's my cheat way of doing this. Yeah, it is kind of clean though, Ken. I didn't see your post there. Let's merge these. Let's merge these. So I just did that to copy the line enough times to where it looks like it's part of the image. Now I gotta actually go in and do the same thing I did last time. Be the thing. I guess maybe threshold. Not really working for it. I just have one problem with it. It's really just right here. I don't want to be too particular, but yeah, you think so? Yeah, you know what? You're right. And thank you for that. That's the kind of stuff that I do this streaming for. Round does go better with the shape. I'm actually going to start a little further back. Ah. Man. Oh, man. Give me a second. Has to be ridiculous. Anyone got a name for this one? You got a name for this ship? Let's call it the Lighttail VX. Why not? Because right now all I need to do is save this and close. Yes, I'll save my space junk. Alan, we gotta figure this one out, dude. I can't have this restart in Photoshop deal all the time. And I'm not saying it's your fault, like you made Photoshop or anything, but you're gonna have to help me on that somehow. Maybe I'll get Tyler to do it, 'cause I don't know how to do it. I tried. Let's go down to Lighttail VX. This is a subclass ship. It doesn't take long. It's not like this takes long to open it up. Yes, it does happen off stream. It just happens all the time, and I could run like Factorio, or like The Witcher 3, and that game will run beautifully. I could run Illustrator, and it runs. It's like there's something with this program specifically. I hate this. That seems pretty cool. It's gonna look really blurry for now. But like, let's just let that happen. Oh, I know a way to do this. Done. Bang. Looks like a manual drew it. Now that that's done, I'm just going to merge the whole thing and create my color layer, like I said before. Turn the blend mode to multiply so that my black shines through. What's it called? It's called Papaya. Is that on the handmade.network? Sorry, I'm watching my own stream on my stream. There it is. Let me see. Yeah, I'd like to check this out. Looks like they got it so you can use a brush tool. You can do basic image editing. I could do a lot of my filters and stuff in Photoshop whenever I need to. I just kind of got a system down in here, and it sucks. Whoa. God, man, my allergies are driving me insane right now, dude. Or should I say, dudes and dudettes who are watching me. You know what? Okay, so what do you mean by red blue glass? Red blue glass? Because I like where you're going. I don't know what you just said, dude. No clue. But red glass is interesting. It does make it seem enemy, right? Like, makes sense. You'd want to go with like red glass. Yeah. Yeah. Yellows. You know what? Yellow. Yeah, I'm gonna do my base tone. My base tone's gonna be a yellow. Actually, I'll keep it like that. That'll be my base tone for the glass and the body. And then we'll go in and do some highlights, some things. See, I don't want to go with base green because we're doing red glass. And when you go with base green, you get like, and I think the complementary color just kind of fights it. Fights it. Like I could do a light green. See, but then we just look like we're making Master Chief's helmet into a spaceship. And I see what you did there. It's hilarious. I love your username for your phone. Great. Just great. But I'm going to go with base yellow, man. I'm feeling base yellow. Let's see how well it turns out. We can always change colors later. So we like do that part, the engine. I like to make certain parts gray so it's like just you can see raw engine shit going on. You can't use too many colors too. That's something I've learned. Something I've learned working on these. I like what he's got going on here with this line coming through. It looks like it's a paint job, like a decal of some sort. I see what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. Too dark. I mean, too light. I need something darker. Actually, it looks like this is the color I want. Yep. How's that look? I think that's pretty cool. Some bright red lights on it. It does have a skin tone color. I'm actually not liking this darker yellow, and I'm liking that lighter yellow, so we're gonna make a switch right now. Because that lighter yellow is really good. And that, see, now that goes against the green. It's kind of hilarious. But let's change that. It needs to be a color that goes with this. It could even be a dark gray. Oh, yeah. See, that's cool. Just got to tidy up some lines. I'll be getting off stream around just whenever I'm done this ship. And then I'll be hopping on later on a little, probably around 6. Hopefully. I can't be sure on that one. It depends because I'm working out of someone else's house right now, unfortunately, so that means I don't want to be sticking around too late being loud on my stream, but I would like to get on again after I'm done this shit. Take a break. I'm actually done quite a bit of work off stream, and it's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, it is like a tiger bomber. I love the name of it. This name of the ship will be named Tiger Bomber, something. Maybe not Bomber, but I definitely do like the name a lot. It's pretty badass. It's like a Bengal. It's a Bengal. This red is not the kind of red I want, though, maybe. Maybe it needs to change. Oh, you got a GoPro, man? When'd you get a GoPro? That's really awesome. We could probably, if you're not using a GoPro, you want to donate the GoPro to the cause for now as a lease kind of deal. We could probably use the GoPro. It would allow me to show my face and also have a manual drawing. I don't like that. Lighting can be tough sometimes. Tell you what, man, the guys who did the music for this game, I love their numbers. Yeah, dude, totally. We could definitely use the GoPro. I mean, that would be something. What are you saying stop for? I reiterate a lot, man. And thank you. I'm actually really happy with this for being like this little tiny ship that I didn't think I could even really do today. I'm happy with it as well. I like it. Little enemy ship. There it is. Let me see how long my stream has been going for. 2.5 hours, man. I did not realize that 2.5 hours went by. I did get the HUD done. I worked on some space junk, but not for long. And I got this done, so... Yeah, the glass is like the right combination of yellowish. It's like a yellowish orange that gives it that glare. Really particular. You gotta be. Yeah, man. I'm liking this streaming. I'm liking this streaming a lot. I gotta do this more. So once a week ain't gonna cut it. I already know that for now. So what we're gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to do this at least 2 to 3 times a week, because artwork is something that I want to show people. I can't 3 times is too much, because then we gotta have this special art we release as part of like a Screenshot Saturday deal. I don't want to just start posting Screenshot Saturday stuff that you've already seen in my stream. So I do want to have some behind the scenes work going on. Not too much though. This is all about seeing how a game is made. This is how you color an enemy ship. So we'll save it. It's going to be called the, before I save it, what do you think? Are we calling it the Bangle? Are we calling it the Bangle? Right, how do you spell Bangle? Bangle. Yeah, I was right. Waiting on a response. Do we call it the Bangle? It's not a light tail anymore. It's hilarious. The Tiger. Yeah, we'll call it the Bangle. Oh, cool. You just said yeah. Let's call it the Bangle X5. I don't like Bangle. I've been saying it over and over again, and now I just like Tiger. So it's the Tiger X5. All one, though. Let's save that. And now that we got that, let's go into our Cypher Drive folder here and find the Lighttail VX. First, let's see if the Tiger got saved. Tiger X5, yep. So we're going to get rid of the Lighttail. The T-Ray. Yeah, T-Ray is more like... T-Ray sounds like a boxer, man. But... the, Stingray mixed with Tiger. No, we can't go too obvious. Like, I'm good with the Tiger. Just calling it the Tiger. We'll call that. That's the name for now. Names are always subject to change. It's a lot of it has to do with Emmanuel and his world. Before I leave, I want to show you all something. I think it's in here. There it is. So we've been working on this mind map that kind of like puts the game into perspective, like what is this world about? So just want to give you guys just a view. I'm not going to explain much. I just want to show you guys the lure to this game. It's really crazy. So let's fold all these. I like to use this program a lot. I'm the guy who usually makes these things. But it comes down to game elements. Show you the people for now. So we got all 4 players right here. These are the 4 players you can see online. The lone smuggler, the disposition dame, 1 inquisitive alien, and some ditched mainframe. Those are all the main characters. Then on top of that, the main characters are their own species. This is every species in the game. I'm just giving you a look. You know, you got the humans, elves, the androids, the robots, sentinels, cyborgs, the Aoka, the Marin, the Zekans, the Tuloth Wa, the Drog, the Simok. There's gonna be a lot of different species that are gonna go into this game. I'm not saying that every single one of these species of to almost 30 are gonna be in the game, but I can guarantee that at least half of them will find their way in the game through some form of NPC or crew member. And you're going to be able to learn a lot about their culture through the game based on the conversations you have and the places you go. And the last thing, so there's a lot of species. And the last thing I want to show you is places. Right, so we got in the Covaris Galaxy. I should actually probably put this in there. But in the Covaris Galaxy, we got so far. I can't let you guys see all of it, but we got all of these star systems. Some of them hostile, some of them passes. These things might change. The names might change. We know that Zektar B is official. We've played a couple D&D games in Zektar B. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely like you can't be a panda though. You can't be a panda, unfortunately. But there are beast warriors. So who knows? Actually, the Denglore might have a panda-like bear. I'll think about it. We have a bunch of different systems that all these people are from, and a lot of the people that are going to be in the game aren't even from these systems. They're from like an other stellar neighborhood. There's going to be a lot thrown into this lore-wise, and it's not that there's going to be tons of content like, oh, you can do all these different things, but we're going to make you feel like this world is bigger than you are, and it'll always be bigger than you are. You can never know everything in this game. Everything in this world. It's also not going to be the only game based in this world, and that's as much as I can tell you. So yeah, that's a little look into Cypher Drive, what it's all about, the kind of depth that we're going to go into. This is the Tiger X5. And this has been ArtofHart stream for Cypher Drive. I will be doing this again shortly. I'll get a schedule up that seems a little bit more stable, and I'll see about getting our artist in here to do some drawing, because I'm pretty sure people would like to see that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And make sure you follow Team Overreact. You can follow me on Twitter if you wish, and check out our Patreon. We're on Patreon at just Overreact, Patreon Overreact. And if you want to support us, it'll help me buy the things I need to make the games that you're going to play. It'll help us kind of do this full time and take it somewhere, because everything's on the line here. This is what we want to do, and we encourage anybody else who wants to get on Patreon and wants to get on this Twitch and start doing work with their games. Let us know. We want to be a part of this community of game developers, and we also want to help build people. So, thank you again, and it's been a good stream. Talk to you guys later.